Hello, viewers. Hopefully, the audio is working. I'm just going to get oriented. So, this is my damaged DJI Mavic Mini 2. I'm just going to check online to see if we're live, because I'm going to be monitoring on my desktop. And I don't see you yet. Ah, here we are. Okay. Alrighty. Good. Okay, image is pretty good. Okay. So I was flying. You can check my Pink Cabin YouTube. I was doing some follow-up footage, and this happened. Sorry. Yeah, where we go? Right here. This happened. So I did some research, and fortunately, it looks like it's a repair I can do myself. And oh, wait a minute, it's Desi. Sorry, hey Desi, I just saw you come in. Hey, I'm trying to Amanda, K all day. How is Arizona? Wow, you guys get notifications that are great. I love the hearts. Welcome Desi and welcome Amanda. So I'm good. I'm good. I mean, I'm better than a neighbor of mine who passed away last weekend. So yeah. So yeah, if you didn't get the memo, life is short. Okay. So this is all of $8. Yeah, I know. It's see, I'm an administrator in my building association, and he was our president. Yeah. Hey. It's Paco del Taco. Hey Keith, how's it going? Are you getting any acting work? Well, he had health complications. I think he was in his mid 60s. He had some kind of cerebral palsy, so he was wheelchair bound, and he had like some, like what. There's a movie called Brazil, and there's this guy's mother who goes to a plastic surgeon, um, um, and she keeps developing complications on her complications. So he must have had some kind of breathing complications. Paco de Taco. Yeah, I know. Well, when you have a memorable nick, it's indelible, right? So all I need to do is to replace this little puppy onto this little armature here, because it's the only thing that broke. So theoretically, I can get my drone back into working shape. So there is a good YouTube that explains me what I need to do. So that's how I learn the best. I'm not really a manual reader. I like reading from YouTubes, but there is an issue. I'm going to have to open up, the case, and then I'm going to have to unsolder these 3 wires, because in order to fit this new piece in, I have to thread the wires in, and you can't thread them in unless you desolder or unsolder and put them back. So I figured, hey, why don't I do this live? Yeah, we'll do it live. We'll do it live. Did my screen freeze? Are we frozen? I don't see. Let me type this in here. Oh, now it's the French. Sorry about the. Yeah, it's frozen. Why is it? Okay, I know why it's frozen, because I have to press play. Okay. I got to catch up to you guys. Are we live? I'm trying to catch up. I hate it when I lose hold on a second. I'm trying to find where I can get. I gotta change the keyboard from English to French. Oh, I'm just gonna go. Okay, you're all good. Okay, good. Good. I'm starting to freak out. All right. Now, what I should probably do, yeah, I'm going to get a little tray because I actually printed this little tray myself. Why don't I put it up here? Okay. So, and find my screwdriver. Oh, I got a whole tray of screwdrivers right here. I think it's Phillips. There we go. Phillips, for those of you who don't know, the little star head. That's a Phillips screwdriver. Okay, so I have to take out some of these Phillips screws from here. May as well do them on camera. You know what? This is in a pretty good spot. So we're just going to do it here. Hopefully you guys can see. Oh yeah. Look at that. So we got one piece already. Now, there are two other pieces here. And I have a feeling that in order to get to them, there's a screw here and there's a screw there. So we're going to, let's see if we can perch this up here. Yeah, it's working good. So you guys can see what I'm doing. Well, this is tight. So, you know, those of you who don't know, but DJI is a Chinese company. And they have been doing leaps and bounds in terms of recreation drone technology. They're the best in the world. Okay, I got the second one done. So now we're going to get the last one, and hopefully this will be able to pop out. I'm not sure, but we hope. But I still have to unsolder it. There are no shortcuts. Okay. And you got to be careful with the amount of torque you put on the little screws, because you could kind of mess up, you know, the edges. Okay, let's have a look at this now. So the screws and one of the parts are there. Will this come out? Come out, come out. It is kind of coming out, and you know what? I got some, I can see the screws, and you know what I've got? I got tweezers. I got tweezers. So I just have to coax them. There's one right there. Put that there. And then there's the other one. Okay, come on, come on. All right, so I have all my loose little bits. I'm going to put this down here in plain sight. Alrighty, so yeah, this is the part that I'm replacing with this one, which is unbroken. So it's not bad, eh? Right? I think all of this cost with the shipping from China, AliExpress cost all of $8 Canadian, which is probably $5 American. So it's really worth the effort, you know, to try to do something yourself if you can get the parts as, you know, as inexpensively as possible. and see what happens. But I have to commend, the guy who broke his and had to replace his rear arm. He made a very specific YouTube video for this particular model of drone and this particular part. So that's very helpful. You got to grab a bite to eat. Yes. Okay, great. Good. You will be back shortly. Well, yeah. And the thing is that hopefully this will end up being a useful video for people who are in the same boat as me, who had an accident with their drone and kind of broke it and want to know what you need to do in order to repair it with your own two hands. So you see, these wires here are attached to the little motor, and I don't need to mess with this. The motor's fine and the connections are fine. It's where the wires connect to the motherboard inside the drone that I'm gonna have to unsolder it. And check this out. So this is a USB powered, like a regular power bank soldering iron with a tiny little point. Am I on camera? Yes, we are. Okay. A tiny little point. So we're gonna, when we're ready to unsolder, we're gonna use this little tool here. I have a number, like I have a gas powered soldering iron, but I don't want to use it if I can get away with using my battery powered one. So we're equipped. And Desi, did you leave or are you still there? And thank you for giving your condolences for my neighbor. Yeah, so he was the president of our building association, and he had like some health issues, but he must have passed away in his sleep, and he had missed some meetings or something, and I guess people from his work made what is that kind of check, one of those well, the cops had to break his door down, and then they found him. So yeah. So let that remind everybody, life is short. Hey Tim, how's it going? How are you? So we're gonna try our best to do a repair of this. So now I have a YouTube that I need to look at. Oh yes. So I have to undo these two screws here. And I think here. So I got to make sure I follow my so we're going to group these together. Okie dokie. Yeah. Second comments. So it's good to see you again, Tim. So hopefully the audio is working well. It's a relatively new lav mic I got that's Bluetooth. It pairs well with my iPhone Mini. And okay, so I have a high-powered flashlight, but I don't need it at the moment. So yeah, so this is the right Phillips screwdriver, because it doesn't like play on the threads of the Phillips heads. Okay, that's turning good. I like that. Okay. So now that they're loose, my screwdriver isn't so magnetic, so I just kind of invert it and drop the screw in there. This one's still attached. There we go. This one should come out. I heard it drop. Okay. So I have two more here, which we're going to do. So yeah, this is it's been too long. Well, yeah, I guess it's been too long. But you know, it looks like my notifications work, and apparently you have nothing better to do. Meaning, uh, here you is, right? So yeah, but I'm glad to see it because you know, it's really far and few between when the old Periscope gang kind of shows up. Okay, I have two more to drop in there, so let me just. Okay, I think I heard them. Yeah. Okay. So now we have to get our spudgers, and I have to determine which spudger I'm going to use. I have a number of them. I have these ones. And then I have these very thin spatula type things. So I just need to determine which one I'm going to go first. Okay. If it's on the side or if it's on the back, I'm gonna. So apparently, yeah, here. So let's try with this. So I gotta get into this and then uncouple, and then I have this more discreet. This one here is a little squarish. Yeah, it's not so simple. So let's look in here. I got something. I got something. So yes. Okay. Good. So yeah, you don't want to break any plastic parts. So let me just get my keyboard out of the way because I don't need to type to you guys. I'll just put it over here. Check the comments. You need to replay to find out how your little incident with the drone went down. Well, that wasn't on the pink cabin drone. What I think is the last YouTube I put up. But I went the following day to do some extra footage, and I was filming along the canal, and about a kilometer or half a kilometer away, I hit an overpass, and it dropped, and you know, but luckily there's a GPS where you can see it on a map in real time, even as you're approaching it, the space between you and where it's indicating where it is. And luckily, there was a person who found it who was, because I have my phone numbers kind of written on the batteries and on the drone itself. And so the person who found it was just about to call me when I walked up to him. And luckily, um, all that was wrong with it was that rear arm that was broken. So let's see if I can further this along. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. And then there's here. This is tricky, actually. Oh. Okay. And then what helps is if you get a tool that can behave like a placeholder. And I'm just wondering if this one's pretty all right. Yes, there was a very specific one, Tim, for this particular repair, in fact. So, yeah, I'm looking at, actually, I have two windows. I'm looking at my desktop, and let me just close this up a bit. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So I'm kind of using both. I could see, okay, let's see what we do. Mm-hmm. And then I can, there we go. This one. This is a crucial step in that if you haven't done it before, it's a kind of a learning process, and I'm sure there are certain methods of persuasion that you get better at once you know where the sweet spots are. So I'm being patient. I'm not being impatient. Okay. There we go. Dum, dum, dum. Yeah. Okay. This is a tough one. All right, I'll try the other side. Yeah. go. Okay. It's challenging. Thankfully, they chose a plastic that's quite bendy, so it's somewhat forgiving. Um, We've got no more comments. Okay. Let me just keep at it. Let me look at the video again. Okay. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah. So they just go in there like this, and they persuade. But yeah, that was persuasion, all right. Hopefully, that just gave way and wasn't too aggressive. Hey, Desi, welcome back. If you were on a break or something. Okay, let me just keep going. Okay. So I lost this drone in Taiwan. It got blown away by a very strong wind in a really cool city in the middle of Taiwan called Taichung. And as it was getting blown away, I was able to see it live, because I was still live streaming from it, still connected. And luckily, I was able to get my concierge to give me a ride on her bike, and I used my Find My Drone feature that comes with the app that comes with this drone. And we found it about a couple of kilometers away from where I started. So I was very, very fortunate. And it was undamaged. It had just kind of, as it was descending, it hit the side of a building, and it just kind of like teetered onto something like what I would call a grassy knoll, and then it just landed upside down, and that was it. It was just waiting for me, and nobody found it other than the owner, myself. So let me just see if I can continue uncoupling. Yeah, hold on a second. Very tricky. So one of us is going to be more persuasive in this process. And I think it's going to be me, but just got to be patient. There it is. Okay. Making progress. All right. Yes, exactly. How often do you hear about these grassy knolls? So I have a little casualty. One of the little clips that anchors it into place did break, but that's just one of many. So hopefully I can maybe glue it back or something. We'll see. And also I can replace the whole, I can get like this part here outright. So depending on how badly it gets, warped from the tool marks, will determine whether or not I'll opt to get a replacement. Okay. I think I have the method. So yes, so I didn't put that footage up yet of the when it was found, but I was looking at it the other day, and I think I will, because it's it has a happy ending. Well, the DJI, yeah, I mean, the first drone I had, if when you bought insurance for it, you had a 2-year window, and if you lost it or damaged it, they would give you a brand new one for $50. And that worked out well for my first drone. But these drones are in the neighborhood of, well, with the remote and a battery, it's about $750, something like that. So I opted not to get insurance on this one, but they're easily repaired. But there is a guy in East Coast Canada that repairs them for complicated repairs. But so what I need to do, it's not a complicated repair. So I'm going to I'm feeling you know, like that Dirty Harry. I'm feeling lucky, punk. So I'm just gonna come on. Let's have a look at see what. Okay, so I can see where they attach as such, and it's a bit of a struggle. Okay. Just got to find the right tool. There it is. That was it. Okay, so now it's just the nose part. Hopefully I can keep persuading it. Maybe this one. There we go. Almost just one little more clip. One clip. And we're there. Okie dokie dokie. There we are. So this is what the underneath looks like. And I guess it could be fitted back, but it won't be as precise because this one here is somewhat damaged, but it's holding on by one little toenail, so I might be able to actually epoxy it back into place. To be determined. Okay, so here's the thing. This, and I will hopefully point to the right place. These are where the three wires. I have a red one, a black one, and a white one. So here the order is red, black, white. So the first one, this first solder joint is red, second is black, and the third is white. So double check, because as they say, you know, a good carpenter measures twice and cuts once. So now that I know the order, I'm just gonna write it down on my notepad in the order. Actually, I'm going to use my iPad camera, which I rarely use. Very rarely use. Photography. Here we go. Good. So it's right here. Focus, focus, focus. Yeah. Red, black is in the middle, and white is at the extreme right. Red is on the left. Okay, so now that I've done that, what I need to do is I need to fire up my little soldering iron, and I'm going to take a sip. So we're getting pretty quick, far along. And you know, I've never seen the inside of one of these, so I'm going to take the opportunity to have a closer look, Mr. Bill. Have a closer look, Mr. Bill. No! I once brought a Mr. Bill to the subway, and we were waiting for the train, and he was on the edge of the platform, and the train was coming, and he kind of fell, like where the wheels went. He fell on his back. It was like, no! Yeah, he got flattened by the subway. Okay, so this is pretty cool. Yeah. Red, black, and white. Or Ini? Ini? Oh, hey Mo! Okay, so let's plug this in and see if it's worth its weight in you know, the combination of a charger pack. Now, where did I put that charger pack? It was around here someplace. So I have some other ones, but I want to use my designated one, my all-purpose one. I'm at a loss. I know I had it here someplace. Let me check. Ah, of course. My here it is. Okay, so let's plug it in. Let's see if they're both 2.1 amps, because you want to go with the stronger one, right? God, this is very faint. Yeah, they're both 2.1 amps. Okay. So let's turn this on. You can see there's a red light there, and it's pretty tight, the wound. So what I want to do is I want to let this heat up, and I'm going to use these little, no, I'm going to use these tweezers. Okay, hopefully that's good. And I can smell it too. So, but I don't want to put the still not warm enough. Because I want to use the same solder. If you're good at what you do, you shouldn't have to add new solder. But your tool has to be. So it doesn't seem to be hot enough. So I might have to go and use my gas-powered one. And yeah, I got my lighter there. Okay. Okay, there we go. Yes, we're cooking with gas. I haven't used this soldering iron too much. I've used the flame for certain things, but not for soldering. So I'm not familiar with how long it takes for it to heat up or what the right adjustment is. I would have broke it long before now. Well, you know, I like when I was a kid, my special talent was schnuffling and taking things apart that I found. So I would go through my dad's stuff, and I would like I would uh, I would find like old watches that he wasn't wearing anymore, and I would figure out how to open them up, and then I would start taking the parts out. Thing is that I wasn't able to put them back. so so yeah, there's many things as like I'm talking about like I was 4, okay? So you really don't really reason at that age, and you don't really understand respect of other people's things. But luckily, I grew out of it, and then luckily I grew into like repairing things. But the curiosity of how something like was built or reverse engineering was something that I was always very interested in. So it may be that I don't understand this soldering iron, and I have an electric one that I know works, and I might have to go and get it because this is well, let's try the low flame. Maybe that's it. It wasn't let's just let it heat up for a minute. Well, yeah, this is like a Burns-O-Matic. Like it's pretty efficient because it's very small. It fits in a cute little case. In fact, I have it right here. So it fits in this little case here. And you can get those replacement, like how you fill a refillable lighter with gas. Same principle. You do it on the back end of it, and obviously I've had it for a number of years, and I've used it maybe all of 10 times. But when you need it, right? So, but yeah, I still have to have more practice with it because it's just not warm enough, and I might have to go and get my electric one. Wait, 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 wait. Come on, come on, come on. No, I just put a little dimple in the solder, but it didn't melt it. Come on. Come on. Nope. So I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to give my I have another um what's it called? Okay, so this is off. I'm going to put it in a safe place here where you can see it, but it won't touch anything. I have another. Okay, this is cooled down now. So maybe this was a little too fine. So I have like a shorter one in here. Maybe I didn't have the appropriate one. So this one compared to this one, like this is like a needle, and this is like a stubby needle. So let's go with the stubby needle shaped one and see if that will make the difference. Okay. Tighten it. Plug it in. Okay, it's on. Get at the ready. It's smoking, it's smoking. And if this doesn't work, I'm gonna go and get my my electric one that I have a lot of experience with. Come on. See, what would have been nice about this one is that it's so portable. Like I have these little plastic utility boxes, and you can throw it in your, you know, like you can be mobile and you don't have to bring a whole bunch of things, or a whole bunch of things will fit in. Like one of those little cases. But come on. It's just not cooperating. So yeah, I'm gonna go and find my my plug-in soldering iron. Okay. Get a sip. And I think I know where I put it. So let's go and find it. Let me just... This I won't need for a while. I'll be right back. Okay. Alrighty. And we're back. And I just have to find the nearest outlet. I printed this. This is a, you know, a hot iron stand. So hopefully the wire is long enough from where my looks like my my outlet has got a wallboard in it, and it's blocking the way for the second outlet. But I'm gonna figure this out. I think I can unplug my phone. For the time being, at least for the duration. Okay, we're plugged in. Alrighty, so where's my little stand? Could use this one, like that. That should be okay, but the wire is making it float, and then I have a little metal stand. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's regroup. I brought some flux because I figured if I need it, it won't help me over there. It'll help me over here. And in here I should have... The thing is with soldering irons is that they need... you know, they form a sort of a coating of carbon on it, and it gets out of in the way of the heat distribution. So it's always good to have a file just to take off that carbon that forms when it gets a particular temperature, because then the heat transfers precisely to where you need it. As you can see, I filed this point so often that it was a much bigger. Okay, let's focus. So it's red, black, and white. Let's go for this. I need a piece of wood or something to test this. And let's see this. Yeah, it's hot. Okay. Maybe it just hasn't gotten to the temperature yet. Yeah, as far as old soldering irons, sometimes you would have like a little gas oven, and you would have a very blunt sort of part that, you know, the iron part, and it would heat up in the gas oven, and then you would. Okay, it's almost there. Come on. Done. Oh, almost. Okay. The red one's out. Finally. Black one is off. Yeah. Red, black, and white. Red, black, and white. Okay. Done. So we're going to keep the iron still going. So we can have a closer look. So you see this threads through here, and the broken part is here, and there it goes. So they're both equidistant, I guess is the word. So it doesn't matter which side. No, actually, they're not the same. They're oriented. I have two. Yeah, there they go, like this. It goes in like this, so I pull it out like thusly, and then I put it back through here like that, and in its little receptacle. Okay, okay, okay. Now, wait a minute. I think I'm supposed to have the screws. Okay, the screws are, there are screws that go in this way, and that's what the video will help out. So the three screws that go into yeah. Okay. These are short ones, and there's the 3 ones. Okay. So let me just count, because, okay, that's 1, 2, 3. One. Two. All right. Now, or did I have it backwards? I should look at the video. Thank God for the video. But, or I could rewind my own, but I don't know if I actually have the, no, I was able to undo the screws from the front. So that's sometimes when your short-term memory isn't as good as it can be. Okay, let's, and I got to be careful to not to touch this, otherwise I will get burned. Okay. I think this is what I have to do, but nope. Nope. It's from the other side. So I was initially correct, but it's good to always double check. So what I need to do is thread this back, solder it into place, and then screw this part onto the body, and then the leg gets attached to it. So the wires go in here and up there. Okay, now I see the and this is where this little part gets screwed in. So I have enough room to maneuver with the wire already threaded through. So I just need to make sure I have this in the right position. Oh, there's little pin marks. Oh, good, they're register marks. So you can only fit it in one very specific way. So I'm learning as I'm going. Okay. That must be it. That is it. Okay. I found it. I found it. I have another pair of finer tweezers. Ah, here they are. You can get in tight spots. There we go. Do 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 do. Come on. God. Luckily, it didn't fall off my table. I'm just thinking of those factory workers from China that are on the assembly lines. And I'm so glad that that is not my full-time job. I would hate the idea of having to do this all day long. Once in a while, it's fun, but then it gets old. Finally, in the right position. So here's my screwdriver. So that was the part that broke when it fell from an overpass. And then I am going to try. Now I'm not going to put the this part back on right away. I'm going to check and see how much a replacement one is. Like if it's all of $10 to get a brand new one, it makes sense. It makes sense to go with a pristine one. Okay, last one. But I should be able to use the original one, but it's not in the best shape. It had to undergo some deformations in order to get it opened. But it's a trade-off, you know. I should be able to get this okay, tight, but not overly tight. Tight. And tight. Okay. So now this fits. I should probably solder it back. Okay, so let's do it in reverse order. White, black, and red. So let me just get some tension on here. There we go. Let me get my tweezers. You know what's... Oh, do you know what this is? Let's see. I'm trying to see if my my version, like the one on my desktop, I don't know if it's yeah, there it is. Okay. So this is Mayan, and it's like, for all intents and purposes, a futuristic airplane. And you know that that TV show called Ancient Aliens? You know the guy with the big hair, George Tsoukalos? He has a gold pin exactly of this model, and he wears it for every episode that he's on. And I found the 3D print file for this, so I made myself a couple of these. It's pretty cool. It looks like a moth. All right, I digress. So we're gonna solder back the wires. What I want to do is I want to prop it up on something like this. Let me get some, because I need to hold. Yeah, I want it this way, I guess. Okay. So we have white, black, and red. So this definitely is a white one. And I need to have it in the proper position so that when it gets soldered back. Okay, I also need to prime my soldering iron, which has been plugged in all this time. So yeah, when I saw that, the only real complication for this repair was to unsolder and resolder. And luckily, I have 3 soldering irons. One is in place. Need to inspect it to make sure that the solder did not, it looks like I have solder that might have traveled onto the next post. So I wanna file it off with something. Luckily I've got a number of little tools. I've got this mini X-Acto knife. Let me see if, just to make sure, yeah, there's a space so it's not touching. Because you don't want to short out your connections with sloppy soldering. So let me just so I don't know if you're still with me, Tim, but we're gonna be soldering. First we prime, right? We're gonna be soldering the black one, which is in the middle. Almost there. Where are my trusty, there they are. Okay. Don't get them confused. This is the black one. Okay, so that's the red one. Okay. Should do it. And now, well, that was the black one, and now the red one. Okay, get the right position. We're gonna get lucky today and not. And I had some spillover, he thinks. So I'm just gonna try and cut between. Clean that up a bit. Almost there. So yeah, this is when you're out of practice, you need to really focus on being precise. And what I've done is the solder has traveled and it is too close to the second post. So all right. Okay. I want to make sure I'm seeing this carefully and properly. Okay. All right. I need to make a little ball. There we go. That's tidy. So luckily, certain things that you do, you should be able to undo, especially if you get a chance to do them over and do them over better or properly. So now that I can see the posts, the three posts are all independent of each other. I just need to orient this so that the solder ball is in the right position. Double check. Yeah, they're all independent. Just clean up this little frayed edge here. There we go. Good, good, good. Okay, so now we need to couple. There we go. Okay, so we do one screw at a time. So we've made progress, and we did not make any fatal mistakes. Now there's my screwdriver. So here, you see here, there's a screw, and this screw. Let's find the right tool. Goes right there to anchor that part that I just replaced into the rear arm. Okay, so that's finger tight, and then it pivots like this, so it gives me access to the second screw. Here. This happens sometimes. But luckily, it didn't bounce off my table. Okay, there it is. Alrighty, so let me just make sure it's, yeah. Okay, so this is the part that was replaced. It's a pivoting, so this got replaced because this is what broke, and now it's secure. So I'm just wondering if it'll turn on if I insert the battery, and see where the on switch is. The on switch is on the underneath. So let's see if it turns on. Yeah, it turns on. Okay. So let me just turn it off, because you know you got to be careful when you open up electronics and they're battery operated, and if you were to touch the wrong place while it's on, you can actually give yourself quite a bad shock. So I don't want to do something like that. Okay, so here's the plan. I'm going to unplug my soldering iron because I don't need it, and then I'm going to check online to see how much this top part. See, this is the top part of the drone, and they're little plastic connectors. There are also 4 screws that hold it into place, but in order for it to like really tightly seal, I might have broken 1 or 2 connecting places. So if it's all of like $10 just for this part, I'm going to go ahead and get myself a new one. And then I might decide I'm going to try and refit it and then do some more testing to make sure, and then I'll be able to fly again. And then I'll be posting up, new YouTube drone shots and things like that. So yeah, I would say we got a pretty successful repair. The soldering was a bit of a challenge. Let's bring it up to the camera. You can see the 3 posts. They're in the correct position, red, black, and white. which is on the extreme right. And you can see that none of the solder that I did has traveled, and so that they're all independent posts, which is important because you don't want to short your drone if you don't have to, right? So I'm expecting that it is repaired, but I still have some testing to do. So those of you that catch me on the next live or in the comments, if I have any updates as to how things went, I will keep you apprised of how this repair went. But I'm feeling pretty good about this. I saved myself quite a few bucks in doing the repair myself, and yeah, it's good to get practice and things, because I haven't soldered in a while. I used to solder a lot, and of course when you have your skills, because they're fresh, like muscle memory, it's great. But other times it's like you got to relearn things, and was the case for me. But I'm glad that I didn't end up doing things where I was impatient or just being sloppy. So I was careful, and it paid off, is the point. So hopefully, I know this is very long and it's unedited, and I really appreciate my good buddies, my good friends that came in and kept me company in the chat. And for those of you on the replay, well, if you see me on the live, hit the subscribe button. Obviously, the notifications work, and yeah, I prefer engaging with you guys in a live format, and hopefully, then we shall be able to do some drone things. So we're gonna sign off now. Actually, I have to stand up and walk over to the camera because it's up there. But I do want to thank you guys for coming in, and thank you, the replay guys, for sticking with the entire thing. And maybe we'll do a follow-up when everything's reassembled, and yeah, we'll leave it at that. So bye for now.